Again, I'm grateful to see everyone today. Um, I really like the subject Julia chosen for this month, and um, everyone's probably advancing, but seeing as I'm still stuck in childhood, I just wanted to talk about childhood today, and particularly those ages 5 and before. And what really made me want to do that is I have been studying a lot of psychology, but when I go outside on the porch and I just want to be deeply in tune, I'll meditate. And I've been reading the Tao Te Ching the last couple weeks. And I've read it before, and it gets me in touch with a lot of my Zen practice. And it's cool, I was getting in touch with that. Not that I practice Zen per se anymore. I'm just a loose Buddhist with no Sangha other than Recovery Dharma, which is my Sangha, really. But yesterday, there's a memorial. My sponsor in AA, who was also a Zen Buddhist, had died last December, and we finally had a memorial for him. And I snuck into the memorial, and they asked me to do chanting for him with the Zen Center. And so I got to do that, and it felt really nice to be able to do that for Ben. And it was a good experience. So I was glad I was delving into that part of myself, because Zen gets so much from Taoism. So in Taoism, it's so similar to Buddhism. I almost feel like there is a double whammy. And there's big differences now, but initially there's so many similarities that if Buddhism had not spread everywhere, I think Taoism may have. And Taoism kind of did, because Taoism combined with Buddhism and Chan Buddhism in China and became the major form of Buddhism practiced in Korea and Vietnam and Japan. And so it did tag along with that. Initially, reading the Tao Te Ching, the meditation is returning to the source and embracing the one. You can use so many words because the Tao is unnameable. So it's always a terrible approximation, actually. But it's the best we can do, embracing the one, returning to the source. And of course, in Zen, that continued, and they call it Shoshin, which means beginner's mind, beginner's mind. In Taoism, as far as being like a child, because Taoism invites us to be like a child. And there's Wu Wei. And if you ever read the Tao Te Ching, they'll talk a lot about doing nothing. Do nothing, just do nothing. That is not literally what the Tao Te Ching means. The Tao Te Ching means Wu Wei. It means effortless action in exertion. The closest I can come to understanding that is when I feel overwhelmed, even when I may not have a lot of things to do. It's because I'm creating suffering for myself by making it a have-do, by taking all the inspiration out, just making it a dry task I need to do. And Wu Wei would just have me do it. Chop wood, carry water. Just do those things in everyday life, without wearing myself out. So Taoism says to be like a child, simple and natural. When I think of before I was 5 and all those wonderful things I had, I was curious. Everything was curious. Everything was new. Looking at the world upside down was an amazing thing. A low level of delight. honeybees, butterflies. I would play with ants. I found all of these things immensely entertaining. I didn't require a lot of things to be happy. I was filled with wonder. Seeing the moon, and I could just, pretend I was a werewolf. I might have been a little older, but just howl at it, or a wolf. And when the night comes and all the stars are up in the sky, and not needing to know what they are, to just be filled with wonder and awe. I was playful. If Dad was changing oil in the garage, or Mom was planting vegetables, the idea of weeding or grabbing things for Dad did not seem like work. It seemed like play, and I exerted no effort. I wasn't concerned with accidents. I remember learning the somersault and not getting it, but not caring, and then finally getting it, and how wonderful that was. I was innocent. I was experimental. I think my mom lost quite a bit of cleaning supplies and perfume to me making potions. And I was not attached to my views. Virtually anyone I met, I could be friends with and play with, without judgment. And that's what not just Taoism, but Buddhism invites us to do. So I adjusted this. I just wanted to say this one thing. When I came in here, I wasn't thinking this. This just occurred to me. This is a Ricola wrapper. It's beautiful. It's got wonderful writing on it. It's got pictures of plants. It's got this amazing yellow color. And I still remember, I don't know how, but I still remember just being engrossed by very, very simple things, like a Ricola wrapper. And other things too, like patterns on the material or the fabric on a chair, and that it repeated, and I saw the repetition, and just thinking, that was the most amazing thing. So I'm going to do a meditation. I'm going to adjust the Dharma recovery meditation, and I'm going to add some very basic quotes from the Tao Te Ching during some of the quieter parts. Sit in a comfortable but attentive posture, allowing your back to be straight but not rigid or stiff. Feel your head balanced on your shoulders, and just allow your face and jaw to relax, with arms and hands resting in a comfortable position. It's you time. Be attentive to what's happening within your own awareness, right here and now, without judgment. As you sit, begin to notice the sensations of breath. Pay attention for a moment to how your abdomen moves on each in-breath and out-breath. If it helps, you can put your hand on your abdomen and just feel it move with each breath. Enjoy the movement of air through your nostrils and the slight movement of your chest and shoulders. Find the spot in your body where the sensation of breathing is most vivid, whether it be your abdomen, your chest, or your shoulders, or the movement of air through your nostrils. If breathing is a struggle, I know it is for some people, you can trace a small circle in the palm of your hand and focus on that, just going in circles. You'll feel a little ticklish at first, but it's a strong sensation, and you can focus on that. See how fully aware you can be of your whole cycle of breathing, recognizing that each part of the cycle is different from the other part. You will notice your attention shifting away from the breath from time to time. It's perfectly normal for thoughts to wander into fantasies, memories, worries, or things you need to do. When you notice your mind has wandered, try to meet it with a spirit of friendliness. You don't need to do anything about it. There is nothing to fix. Rather than forcing it, just try to allow yourself to become curious about what it's like to be breathing right now. And you'll find that the attention is naturally drawn back to the physical sensations of breath as it moves through your body. Stay alert, relaxed. Thich Nhat Hanh refers to this as alert ease, a state of being alert and relaxed at the same time. And above all, compassionate, as you maintain awareness of where the mind goes. Each time you notice the mind has been distracted or has wandered, gently shift your awareness back to sensations of breath. Notice the tendency to want to control your breathing. Let the quality of attention be light and easy, one of simply observing and noticing. You don't need to control the duration, the intensity, the pace, or the pause between each breath. Just be present. I'm now going to read two very brief passages of the Tao Te Ching. Abide in stillness. 10,000 beings rise and flourish, while the sage watches their return. Though all beings exist in profusion, they all end up returning to their source. Returning to their source is their tranquility. Second reading. Go within and respect, and go within and retreat from the world. Blunt your sharpness. Separate your entanglements. Soften your light. As this meditation comes to an end, recognize that you spent this time intentionally aware of your moment-to-moment experience, building the capacity for opening the senses to vividness, to the change, to the aliveness of the present moment, expanding your skill to be curious about and open to whatever presents itself without judgment. Then, whenever you're ready, allow your eyes to open and gently bring your attention back to the space you're in. Namaste.
And we'll end our practice today with the dedication of merit.
Great. I just see this Ricola wrapper. It's written in 4 languages. I just realized that. English, French, Italian, and German. I thought that was kind of cool. And I took it all for granted. That's just neat. I'm ready for Jeopardy. Okay. So I'm going to do something a little different for our dedication of merit. We're going to do great vows for all. Great vows for all. Sentient beings are numberless. We vow to save them. Delusions are endless. We vow to abandon them. The teachings and Dharma are infinite. We vow to learn them. The Buddha's way is inconceivable. We vow to embody it fully. Namaste.